Hey everyone, it's Your Name here, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something really important, something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: bone cancer. Join me as I dive into some shocking facts about bone cancer that might just blow your mind. We hear a lot about other types of cancer, right? But bone cancer often flies under the radar. It's one of the most misunderstood and devastating diseases out there, often overshadowed by more prominent forms of cancer. But the truth is, bone cancer can be incredibly aggressive and debilitating. And it's crucial that we understand the risks, the symptoms, and the importance of early detection. So in this video, we're going to delve into the often overlooked world of bone cancer. We'll uncover some startling truths, dispel common myths, and hopefully raise awareness about this serious disease, because knowledge, as they say, is power, and in this case, it could be life-saving. One of the most alarming things about bone cancer is its potential to be incredibly aggressive. We often associate cancer with things like lumps or unexplained weight loss, but bone cancer can be sneaky, lurking silently within the body's very framework. You see, bone cancer often starts deep inside the bone, making it difficult to detect in its early stages. And because the symptoms can be subtle and easily mistaken for other less serious conditions like growing pains or sports injuries, it often goes undiagnosed until it's more advanced. Now you might be thinking, how aggressive can it really be? Well, the truth is, bone cancer can be just as aggressive and deadly as other cancers, with a 5-year survival rate of just 64%. That means that only about 64 out of 100 people diagnosed with bone cancer will still be alive 5 years later. It's a sobering statistic that underscores the need for greater awareness and early detection. Throughout this video, we'll keep emphasizing the importance of listening to your body and advocating for your health, because when it comes to cancer, early detection can make all the difference. One of the biggest challenges in diagnosing bone cancer early is that its symptoms can be misleadingly similar to those of other conditions. It's like trying to solve a medical mystery where the clues are hidden in plain sight. For instance, persistent pain is a common symptom of bone cancer, but it's also a symptom of countless other things like muscle strains, sprains, or even just growing pains in children and teenagers. So it's easy to see how bone cancer might initially be dismissed as something less serious. But here's the thing. The pain associated with bone cancer is often different. It tends to be more intense, particularly at night, and it might not be relieved by rest or over-the-counter pain medications. Swelling around the affected area is another red flag, as is a noticeable lump or mass. Now, I'm not saying that you should panic if you experience any of these symptoms, but what I am saying is that it's crucial to pay attention to your body and seek medical advice if something feels off. Don't ignore persistent pain or brush it off as something minor. So, let's say you've been experiencing some persistent bone pain and you go to the doctor. The next step is often to get imaging tests, right? Tests like X-rays, Connecticut scans, or MRIs. These tests can be incredibly helpful in visualizing the bones and looking for any abnormalities. But even with these advanced imaging techniques, diagnosing bone cancer can still be like trying to solve a complicated puzzle. You see, sometimes the images can be inconclusive. A tumor might be hidden behind other structures in the body, or it might be so small in its early stages that it's difficult to detect. And to make things even more complicated, some types of bone cancer can actually mimic the appearance of other conditions on imaging tests. For example, a type of bone cancer called osteosarcoma can sometimes look like a bone infection on an X-ray, leading to a misdiagnosis. This is why it's so important to have a doctor who is experienced in diagnosing and treating bone cancer. They'll be able to look at the imaging results in the context of your symptoms, medical history, and other factors to make the most accurate diagnosis possible. Bone cancer is a bit of a chameleon in the medical world. It can masquerade as other conditions, especially in older adults, making it even harder to diagnose early on. Imagine this: you're an older adult experiencing persistent back pain. You might assume it's just a part of aging, or perhaps a sign of osteoporosis, right? But what if it's actually bone cancer? It's a scary thought, but it's a possibility that we need to be aware of. Bone cancer can also mimic the symptoms of arthritis, tendinitis, or even a sports injury. This is why it's so important for doctors to have a high index of suspicion for bone cancer, especially in patients who are at higher risk, such as those with a family history of the disease or who have been exposed to certain types of radiation. Early diagnosis is key when it comes to treating bone cancer successfully, so being aware of its ability to mimic other conditions is crucial. Bone cancer isn't just one disease. It's an umbrella term for a group of cancers that affect the bones. There are many different types of bone cancer, each with its unique characteristics, challenges, and treatment approaches. The most common type of bone cancer in children and teenagers is osteosarcoma, which often develops in the long bones of the arms and legs. In adults, however, chondrosarcoma is more prevalent, typically affecting the cartilage cells of the pelvis, hips, and shoulders. Then there's Ewing sarcoma, a rare but aggressive type of bone cancer that usually affects children and young adults. It can occur in bones or soft tissues and often requires a combination of treatments like chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. Understanding the different types of bone cancer, their typical presentations, and their usual demographics can help us better recognize the signs and advocate for timely diagnosis and treatment. Well, that was a lot to take in, wasn't it? We covered quite a bit of ground today, from the shocking statistics about bone cancer to the misleading symptoms that often delay diagnosis. But the most important thing to remember is that knowledge is power. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you or someone you know been affected by bone cancer? Share your story and let's continue the conversation. Your experiences and insights could be incredibly valuable to others who are going through similar challenges. Don't forget to check out my other videos on cancer awareness, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, your health matters, and advocating for yourself is always worth.
Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into a topic that's crucial for our overall health and well-being: sleep. We'll explore why it's so important and how much of it we really need. So let's get started. Sleep is essential for our physical and mental health. It helps our bodies recover, supports brain function, and even boosts our immune system. Without enough sleep, we can experience mood swings, decreased productivity, and a higher risk of health issues. It's, something we really can't afford to ignore. The amount of sleep you need can vary depending on your age and lifestyle. Generally, adults should aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Teenagers need about 8 to 10 hours, while younger children require even more. It's important to listen to your body and ensure you're getting the rest you need to function at your best. Alright, let's dive into some tips for better sleep. First, try to stick to a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day can really help regulate your body's internal clock. Next, create a relaxing bedtime routine. This could be reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing some gentle yoga. Also, make sure your sleep environment is conducive to rest. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. And of course, limit exposure to screens before bedtime. The blue light from phones and computers can interfere with your sleep. In conclusion, sleep is an essential part of our overall health and well-being. By understanding the importance of sleep and implementing some of these tips, you can improve your sleep quality and, in turn, your quality of life. Thanks for joining us, and here's to a good night's sleep.